can't handle the truth.
A few weeks ago, I did a video where I told you about how my son came into the room and asked me to teach him to be great, that he wants to be great. And I also shared with you the 7 principles that I explained to my son, and I told him that if you can follow these principles, then you are surely going to become great. That video went over very well with a lot of people. Some people even reached out to me to say, hey, Ifeanyi, what about those of us that have daughters? How can we teach our daughters to be great? How can we inspire our daughters to greatness? And I said, I will definitely come out with something for you, and that's what I've been working on for the past few weeks. Hello everybody, my name is Ifeanyi Uba, and this is 360 Degree Mastery. This is the channel where we teach you personal effectiveness, self-mastery, and how to create, grow, and manage your wealth. Today, I'm going to tell you make that 9 principles that you can teach your daughter that will eventually lead her to greatness. Now, principle number 1 is you are a queen and you are destined for greatness. That is something that you need to reinforce with your daughter every day before she goes to bed. When she wakes up in the morning, you let her know that you are a queen, you are destined for greatness, you are destined for great things. It does not matter what you go out in the world to do, you always have a friend in me. I always have your back. Whatever mistakes you make, I will be there to help you get out of it. Reinforce this with your daughter, and she will build a self-confidence like no other. It will inspire her to go out and to do great things once she knows that she has her people, she has her father, her mother, she has her siblings behind her. All right, that's principle number 1. Principle number 2 is let your daughter have a voice in the decision-making process in the home. A lot of people, they put their daughters down, they belittle them, they don't ask their opinions. When their daughter speaks up, they don't listen, they don't pay attention, and they dismiss it as idle prattle of a child. Let your daughter have a say in the decision-making process. All right? When your daughter knows that she is being listened to, what she says is being heard, and sometimes her suggestions are being taken, that will let her know that her voice is indeed valuable, and when she goes out, she will be able to speak out for herself on her own behalf. Okay, if you belittle your daughter, if you give your daughter the impression that her voice, her opinion does not matter in the home, then she's going to go out and believe that she's a second-class citizen everywhere else. So let your daughter have a voice in the decision-making process. Principle number 3 is you need to teach her to value her body and to train her mind. It's very sad, what goes on social media these days. Young girls, they go out, they parade their bodies. It's obvious that they do not respect the body that God has blessed them with, all right? And a lot of these girls, you see them, they don't want to study, they don't want to train their mind, they don't want to add value to themselves. So you need to teach your daughter to value her body. Your body is a gift, is a treasure. Don't let just anybody see it. Don't let just anybody touch it, because it is something valuable, it is something precious, all right? And at the same time, teach your daughter to train her mind. Tell her that she's not just a body, she's not just a beautiful face, she is also a deep intellect. Let her learn to train her mind, read books, let her study and challenge herself to do things, to do great things. Principle number 4 is encourage your daughter to take physical risks. Now, obviously, I do not belong to the school of whatsoever a man can do, a woman can do better. I don't belong to that school. I believe that there are certain levels of physicality that a woman should not attempt or should not be involved in. But that does not mean that I will not encourage my daughter to play football, to play other sports. That does not mean I won't encourage my daughter, to become a black belt in karate or taekwondo, or become a grandmaster in judo or Chinese kung fu. I will encourage my daughter to embrace some level of physicality, embrace some level of physical risks that will bring out the greatness in her. That's principle number 4. Principle number 5 is you need to teach her to solve problems on her own. Don't do everything for your daughter. Don't just be waiting in the wings to jump out with a solution to every problem she has. Let your daughter learn how to solve problems on her own from a young age. When she learns how to solve her own problems, when she learns understands the process, the problem solving process, she will value her victories, her triumphs much better. It will build her confidence and it will make her to reach for the skies. So teach her to solve her problems on her own. Principle number 6, it will teach her the value of independence and her personal space. All right, her personal space is her sphere of influence. Teach her to be careful of anybody that comes into that sphere of influence. On serious people that will take advantage of her, people that want to destroy her life, she will keep them at bay. When she understands that the space is hers and she gets to decide who comes into it, then it's going to lead her to greatness. It is very, very important, and that independence is a very good thing for a young lady responsibility. I'm going to make reference to something I said in the last video, that Biggie song where he said, get my daughter this college grant so she don't need no man. All right, don't give your daughter the impression that, you know, there's a boyfriend somewhere, or there's a fiance somewhere, or there's a husband somewhere that's supposed to cater, you know, to her, supposed to provide for her and take care of her. No, let your daughter be independent. Let her know that if she wants it, then she can work on it, she can go out and she can get it for herself. That is the 6th principle that you should teach your daughter. Principle number 7 is you need to encourage your daughter, teach her to take responsibility for others. You know, now women are carers, women are givers by nature. That's one of the, you know, the gifts that God blessed them with. And women, if you see a good woman that is caring for people, is a wonderful thing, is a beautiful thing. Teach your daughter to take responsibility for others. Teach your daughter to care for others. Teach your daughter to take care of herself and then to take care of the people around her. That is the hallmark of a great person, whether male or female. And if you teach it to your daughter, it's going to make her great in this life, I guarantee you. Principle number 8 is you need to show your daughter the beauty of having a relationship with her Creator. Bring your daughter to God. Teach your daughter to pray from a young age. Whatever religion you are, teach your daughter how to pray sincerely, how to pray deeply, all right, and how to pray with the mind that there is a God somewhere that is listening to her, that loves her, that created her and wants the best for her. So teach your daughter how to have a personal relationship with her Creator. It's going to make her a very wonderful, a very great person. All right, now finally, principle number 9 is you need to teach your daughter about the great women in history. You want your daughter to be great, then let her know that there were women who have come before her who have done great things. Your daughter wants to be a scientist, then you should teach her about people like, you know, Madame Curie. Teach her about the late great Dr. Dora Akunyili. Teach her about these people. She wants to be a politician. Teach her about people like Madame Sirleaf, Ellen Sirleaf. Teach her about people like you know, Margaret Thatcher. These are women in history that have done great things, that waded into an arena dominated by men, and they dominated and they rose to the top. Teach your daughter about great women in history. That way she will know that it can be done and she can do it herself. So these are principles that you should teach your daughter to let her become great in life. How do you see this video? If this video was helpful at all, please go ahead and leave a like for this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, check out my online stores. Okay, the address is there at the bottom of the screen. My name is Ifan Yuban. This is 360 Degree Mastery, and I am wishing you a prosperous week ahead. Please and please continue to observe the safety protocols. Reinforce the greatness in your child. Let her know that she has you. You know, she has a grandma, she has a grandpa, she has a family behind her, and that she is destined for great things, and your daughter will not let you down. I will see you next week with more tips and more information on how you can be a better and happier person with peace of mind. Namaste.